All right, today we're diving into something that's absolutely critical for modern defense: how to secure your digital identity. And we're going to do it with a really powerful two-pronged approach.
So let's just start with this question, because every single security team out there is wrestling with it. We live in a world that is just overflowing with data. A constant flood. So how on earth do you find that one real threat? It's the ultimate needle in a digital haystack problem.
And this really gets to the heart of what we're up against. It's the modern security challenge, which is basically trying to survive this overwhelming flood of security data.
Just think about it for a minute. Your security teams are getting bombarded every second of every day with alerts, system logs, sign-in data, and it's coming from thousands of different places. Every click, every login, it all creates another drop in the ocean. And trying to tell the difference between all that normal, everyday noise and a genuine attack, that is a truly monumental task.
So, how do you even begin to manage this chaos? Well, this brings us to the first prong of our defense strategy. This is the reactive side of things, using a tool like Microsoft Sentinel to actually see the threats that are active. Now, Sentinel is what's known as a SIEM. The best way to think about it is like this slide says, it's a central control tower. Its job is to be that one place, that single pane of glass that collects and analyzes security data from your entire organization, giving you a unified view of literally everything that's going on. And the process, at a high level, is actually pretty straightforward. First, you set up a workspace. That's your central hub. Then, you start connecting all your data sources, pulling in all those important logs from things like Microsoft Entra ID. And then, step 3, this is the fun part. You start to analyze and hunt. You actively go searching for threats inside all that data you've collected.
Okay, so how do you actually hunt through all that information? Well, that's where Kusto queries come in. This is all about learning to speak the language of your data.
Don't let the name intimidate you, okay? The easiest way to think about Kusto query language, or KQL, is that it's like a super-powered search engine, but it's built specifically for all of your security data. It lets you ask really specific questions to find exactly what you're looking for.
For example, a simple query to search for user IDs is really just you asking Sentinel, hey, can you show me all the user sign-in activity? And once you have that complete list, that's where you can start to spot the weird stuff, the anomalies, things that just don't look right, like a login from a country you don't do business in, or at 3 in the morning.
Okay, so that's our reactive defense, hunting for threats that are already in the building, so to speak. But what if we could make the walls stronger so they can't get in the first place? That, my friends, brings us to our second prong, proactive defense.
What if you could get a grade, a score for your organization's security health? Kind of like a fitness score, but for your digital identities. Well, that's exactly what the Identity Secure Score is designed to do.
Now, you might see a number like this, 30%, and panic a little. But don't. This is actually a pretty typical starting point for a brand new setup. What it's really telling you, loud and clear, is that there's a lot of room for improvement.
But hey, the goal isn't just to look at the score. It's to do something about it. This chart shows the mission perfectly. You might be starting down here at 30%, but the recommended target is way up there. The real work is all about closing that security gap. And that's where the real power is. It's about going from just having a score to taking action. It's about turning that insight into real, tangible improvements for your security. So this secure score isn't just some random grade. It's actually an intelligent system that gives you a prioritized to-do list. It serves up specific recommendations focused on identity, like this big one right here, protect all users with a sign-in risk policy. And this table shows you how that recommendation becomes a real security control. You can literally build a policy that says, for all of our users, if their sign-in attempt is ever flagged as medium or high risk, bam, they are required to use strong, phishing-resistant multi-factor authentication to prove who they are. You're basically building an automated security guard that works 24/7.
So, let's zoom back out and put all these pieces together. This is what that complete two-pronged defense actually looks like. On one hand, you have Sentinel. That's your reactive tool. It's your hunter, searching for threats that might already be inside your walls. And on the other hand, you've got the Identity Secure Score. That's your proactive tool. Its whole job is to be the shield, to harden your defenses to keep those threats from ever getting in to begin with.
And this is the main takeaway.
A complete, truly modern security strategy absolutely requires both of these. You have to be hunting for active threats while you are also hardening your defenses to prevent the next one. If you only do one, you're leaving a huge, dangerous gap in your security.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about for your own organization. Is your security strategy just about responding to fires after they've started? Or is it actively working to prevent them from ever igniting in the first place?
Section of lab of Microsoft Identity and Access Administrator will focus on Microsoft Sentinel Kusto queries for Microsoft Entra data sources. I will attach this Microsoft Learning GitHub link so that you can follow when you do into your lab environment. So let's me continue with this lab now. So here I have connected to Azure portal. Now let's search for Microsoft Sentinel. So if I search for Sentinel, select that one, like Microsoft Sentinel option. Then click on Create button. The very first screen is just showing that create a new workspace. So click that option. Research group, select the research group. And give a name for the workspace. Then select a region which is close to you. Let's select Australia East. Then you can see that review plus create. Select that option. So validation is progressing now. So when you see that validation passed, click on create button. So it's initializing deployment. Let me back when this workspace is ready. So now when workspace, you can see that deployment is done. Click on that go to resource. Select that log analytics workspace. And on your left side, you can see the different options available. So for this lab, one thing is very important, that this lab cannot be completed so you can ignore this one, that's okay. So here I have signed in to Microsoft portal. So search for Microsoft Sentinel. So if you search Sentinel, click this option or menu that services that Microsoft Sentinel. Then click on create button. Now add Microsoft Sentinel to a workspace. So click on create a new workspace. Select the subscription, select the research group. Then give a log analytic workspace name. Select a region. Then review plus create to review that one. So when validation passed, click on create button. So you can see that initializing deployment. So let me back when that is ready. So deployment is complete. So click on that next step is go to resource. So here you can see the log analytic workspace here. So let me open into a new tab. And on the tab here also we can search it here. So search for Microsoft Sentinel. And just click on that create button. Then select the workspace and then click on add button. Activating that 31-day free trial for Microsoft Sentinel. Being successfully added Microsoft Sentinel and also give a message that Microsoft Sentinel free trial activated. So free trial is activated on this workspace from the duration and the limit. You can see that one. So click OK. So in this page of Microsoft Sentinel, you can see that content management. Expand that option and click on Content Hub. And you can see the different contents or applications down below. So search for um, Entra ID or Microsoft Entra ID. Then you see that Microsoft Entra ID. Select that options. And right side you can see then it's giving them like information here. Version, who is the provider, Microsoft, and click on install button. So install in progress now. Now click on manage button. This page you can see that it's showing that there is one data connector, but if you'd like to set up like data connection, you can see, then you can set that up also. So let me go down action. We can reinstall and deinstall. Pricing free. And let me go back to that content hub. So under configuration, you can see the data connectors. If you click the data connectors, and you can see that there is a open connector page. If you click that one, this is a lab environment. So with my account permissions are really like restrictive, but you can see all those options here. Like all should be like to integrate with the Entra ID. Make sure that you have all these permissions, and you can then configure here. So let's close this one for now. So, but if you have a pay-as-you-go subscription, you can do this part here. So next task, we are going to run Kusto query on user activity. So for that, expand this general section. You can see that logs option. So click that logs. You can see that welcome to log analytics. Close this one. Now in the queries hub section on your left side, select the menu audit and then search for user IDs. And here you can click run. So this will actually provide a list of user IDs on Microsoft Entra ID. But because we have just created this workspace, therefore we cannot see any output here. And there are different options that you can format your query, like time-wise, last 30 minutes, last 1 hour, how many rows you would like to see. So that's all for this lab. If you have any questions, please add that into comment section. Otherwise, see you into next lab. On Microsoft Identity and Access Administrator. As of today's training, as of today's like 25th of March 2026. And if we go to that one, this is related to monitor and managed security posture with identity security or security score. So Microsoft Entra Identity Protection provides automated detection and remediation to identity-based risk and provides data in the portal to investigate potential risk. So I will share this GitHub link so that you can follow this lab when you do into your own environments and go through all the steps. So let me start this lab now. So here I have been connected to Microsoft Inter Admin Center. And then from the left menu, like under Intra ID, select the option Identity Security Score. And then you can review the information provided in the dashboard page, like identify security score, score history, and there are recommendation. You can see that down below, different priority wise, and what the license is required for that one, and what type of release, and also different options available here. So here you can get more information based on this identity security score. You can see that be your Microsoft security score. Click that option or menu. So yeah, here you will get more on overview and different information. Now, if you click that recommended actions, you can see there is a number of actions that you can go through, and how much like points achievable, that is also mentioning here. So here we will go through with a sign-in risk policies. So that Microsoft Entra ID, identity protection, sign-in risk policies. Let's select that one. Let's select to address. Then it is saying that this policy you can edit status and action plan, but the in general section it's showing that manage in Microsoft Entra ID. So click that button. Now in this page, let's go to ID protection section. Spend that one. Let's click on dashboard. And under protect, you can see there is an option sign in risk policy. So sign in risk policies and sign in risk low and above. So let's select that one. Let's make it medium and above. Click done. Then for the assignment, select that all users. So include for all users and exclude for the admin users. So let's access. If I go there, so there is a allow access option, block access options. So before that, let me save this one. No, read only and will be retired on. Okay, this option is going to be retired on. So let me go to other options here. That under protect is that conditional access. So select that conditional access. Okay, we're going to create a new policy and click on new policy. Now here give a name. So we are going to give that sign in risk protection policy. Then assignment, you can see that zero users or agents selected. So select that options. So include, we are going to select all users. And exclude, select that users and groups. And here we're going to select that mod administrator. Select. Then next target resources. So select that no target resources options. And then here select that all resources. Network set that as default, then go to conditions, zero condition selected, select that options. And here you can see the user risk, sign-in risk, insider risk. So different type of options available, locations, client apps, filter devices. But in this case, we are going to set up sign-in risk. So select that one, not configured link. And here you can see that configure options first. So select that yes. And there are different options available like high, medium, low, no risk. So for this one, we are going to select high and medium. Then select on done. Then under access control, you can see grant, that is zero control selected. Select that option. And here, select this. Why you need this one? This is just require risk remediation. So require authentication is strength, and select there the option like multi-factor, passwordless, and phishing resistance MFA. Select that option. Select. And for session, so the default is fine, and enable policy. Select that on. Here you can see that different options available because we are going to set report only. So just make sure that enable policy is report only. Then click on create. To enable required risk mitigation, you must select user risk. Okay, so no, must select user risk. Okay, let me select that user risk. Let me solve this on why I'm getting these options like this message. I think under that risk category, their user risk is not configured. So, so let's select that not configured options, and here select that high, configure yes, and select a high or medium. Done. Now try this one. Click that button, create. So it is like successfully created sign-in risk protection policy. So that's complete actually our lab relate to that monitor and manage security posture with identity secure score. So if you have any questions, please add that into comment section. Otherwise, see you into next another lab with another training. Thanks for watching.